Next fan.
How about we should do the LAU next. It'd be a good comparison after we did that.
There you go.
Deceptively heavy.
So this came from the same household as that one.
Oh, all right.
And this is also a high-end model with multiple speeds in reverse.
Yeah, this looks very similar to the one that I gave to my cousin that I got from somebody.
Yeah, I've seen these before. I've just never actually like I'm not up close, but I've definitely seen the brand and seen them in a window or something.
So this has a fast-go motor, and it's rated for 2.5 amps.
Yeah, the one that I gave my cousin doesn't have like this fancy handle that looks
Right.
like it belongs on a ship or something, and this fancy.
Oh yeah, like to tie the rope down at the
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
It does look like
Yeah.
that.
But I have to. It doesn't have a thermostat. It doesn't have that handle. But I got to imagine it's basically the same fan.
It kind of reminds me of a GE. The blade does, anyways.
That's true.
So this is a 3-speed model.
Notice how a lot of these fans back then had the Venturi ring. I mean,
It makes a difference.
yeah.
I'll have to ask him to take a picture of it and send it to me.
I was going to yell at you for talking during the startup, but there wasn't much of a startup sound.
Oh no! If only we had to do it again.
It's quiet.
It runs perfectly smooth.
Yeah.
The aerodynamics of this blade are very interesting too, because it's designed to be reversible, but it's not flat.
Hmm.
This one is not reversible. There would have been one that was a tier above this. It almost looked like a console television set. It would have had a panel here with
I've
controls
seen
up down the
pictures
side.
of that. Yeah.
And that would be your reversible model. So this was like, I guess this was the mid-grade one. There was one below this, probably had no thermostat.
I don't think there's anything that's made today, box fan, that is reversible.
No, probably not.
Trying to think of what the last thing was.
I think that the Air King whole house, you know, the million air quotes around it, window fan is reversible.
Yeah. That's technically not a box fan.
That's not a box
Yeah.
fan. This is already taken 2.11 amps,
Wow.
101 watts, so this is horrifically inefficient.
What's the power factor? Like 0.5?
0.4.
That's awful. Wow.
But it still works 70 years later.
This is true. 70 years later.
I'm assuming this is 50s era.
It's got to be 50s era.
Yeah, the styling really kind of
Yeah.
screams 50s.
This actually, I think, would clean up very well. It's dirty, but a lot of the paint seems like it's still there.
Wow, that's a huge difference in speed.
Now it's waking up.
But it's only halfway to high. 132 watts. That's a lot of power.
That is.
But it's throwing the air around.
Sure is.
And it's doing so very quietly.
It has a nice sound to it, too.
It does have a really
is
nice, I like the
pleasant,
sound of
yeah.
this one.
I just remember being a little boy in the early 80s. So I still remember fans like from this era still being around. You know, they were 20 years old by then. And I just remember going to like a babysitter's house or wherever and just like hearing this sound, you know, this type of sound. Looking up and seeing a metal bladed box fan that probably was from the 50s and, you know, 60s. So they were probably 20, 25 years old at that point, but that's nothing if you're talking 70s.
But even that, like, nothing made today's gonna be around 25
Oh.
years. If nothing else, people are gonna throw it out even if it still works just because it
Exactly.
got dirty.
Yeah.
That mindset of keep it around if it works is just totally gone.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, because if you kept this around, you wouldn't be buying fans every year.
And I know with modern fans, they're so inexpensive that people would rather just toss them and clean them.
Right. And that's the mindset
Yeah.
that's gone away, which is it's not a good model.
Well, that Galaxy that you have at our house, that wasn't a teacher getting rid of that at mom's school?
Yeah.
Because it was just filthy.
Nasty.
It was nasty. It was never cleaned once. he cleaned it up, oiled it. He uses it as his like every day.
Nice.
That's such a waste.
It is a waste. But if people weren't doing that, you can't take two 3733s and screw them together and make a double box fan.
We shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
Is that one water cooled?
No, it's air cooled. So there's 151 watts. 2.5 the amp.
Oh, that's brutal.
Man.
0.5 on the power factor.
Whoa.
That's strong. That is really pushing something. I think that's as good as the Alaska was.
Well,
And
this fan is shaking is
remarkably
remarkable.
thin too. It's very small.
Yeah, it's what makes it so heavy.
In fact, I don't even think it's as thick as the P25 is.
I don't think so.
It's not. It's about an inch thicker.
But it's probably
That's very powerful. Yeah, it's probably really thick.
and it's not loud.
No, it's at conversation
Yeah.
volume.
It's not loud. Lousy. Right around here.
One of us.
This is an excellent fan.
It's awesome, man. Keep an eye out for these. I did recall the brand. I haven't seen them in a long, long time.
Well, I asked my cousin to send me a photo. I swear these show up under other manufacturing names too.
Probably.
This just looks really, really familiar to me.
So does the Super 20 mean just like the Super 20-inch box fan, or does it mean something else?
It was the tier. So there, probably the
right.
Ultra 20,
Okay.
I think,
Okay.
is the reversible one.
That's pretty cool. I even think the handle. I know you said about something on a boat, but it also looks like a 50s refrigerator handle.
Yes.
With that
Yeah,
chrome.
that would
Yeah.
make sense
Yeah.
too.
Oh, same era.
Yeah.
And
It's
it
got
could
that-
have been chrome at some point. It just wore off. I don't know what
Yeah.
it would have originally been.
I mean, the color green that it is screams 50s.
Yeah.
And most of that paint is still there 75 years later. Half the paint's gone on a 3733 by the time you slide it out of the box.
Box!
Even the hub. I mean, the color of the hub is cool. Very nice.
And it just runs so perfectly smooth. No vibrations, no shaking.
It just works.
It just plain works. It's a little out of balance, but not too bad.
I kind of feel like whoever worked on the production line making these all those years ago, like if they would have ever thought that like 70 years from now, a bunch of people are going to be standing around this thing and it's still going to be working. I mean, it's
The people that built this aren't with us anymore,
no, they're
most
not.
likely.
No, they're
Probably
retired and passed away.
Smoking on the production line.
Probably.
Not condoned on this channel.
Fingers are getting chopped off. That's actually what happened to my grandfather. After World War II, he worked in like the manufacturing plant. There's just like no safety standards there, and he lost his fingertips.
Wow.
And they sewed, like went to the hospital, they sewed him up, and went right back to these healthy lungs.
So you make fun of OSHA, but it's necessary.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And all those regulations are written in blood too.
Yeah, literally.
I don't even want to turn this off, but we got a lot of things to get through.
This is true.
That and it's also 8 o'clock, and if we don't eat soon, we're not going to be able to get ice cream.
Well, we can always get ice cream first, so we don't have to be rushed. I think that's a pretty good idea.
I don't care. I'm in no rush.
I
to
hate
leave.
being on a time constraint. I'm in no rush to leave either.
When was the last time this was serviced?
I'm trying to think of when that guy expired. I think it's probably been at least 10 to 15 years.
I mean, it's still even this one too. This.
And that's assuming that he used these up until the end. I don't know.
I love that I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the chrome blades and the steel blades, but that is a nice touch.
Yeah, and the shape is so interesting
Yeah.
to be reversible but not flat,
Right.
and it totally works.
Mm-hmm.
And 75 years ago, there was enough research to build this blade.
And they did all the calculations by hand too. That's
Right.
crazy.
There's no computer.
Nope.
There's no
CNC.
graph. There's no
There's probably no calculator.
barely even a calculator or
You had an adding machine. at
abacus
best.
or whatever it's
Yeah.
called. So
Slide rules.
this is done by someone that actually has
An
like,
engineer.
skill
Yeah.
and knowledge and talent to function in his or her job.
Yeah, us engineers, we have it so much easier now than they did back then.
Sure.
For sure.
And there was quality control and pride in the work,
Right.
which is two more lost arts.
Now it's about squeezing manufacturing cost out of production.
It's a race to the bottom now.
Mm-hmm.